Hello everyone, this is Yamin and welcome to Web Knowledge. In this tutorial, I am going to show you how we can create multiple type of user in Laravel. When I say multiple, I mean we'll have three type of user. First one will be normal user, second one will be seller, and third one will be admin. Okay, so this is just a normal Laravel project that I just created for this tutorial. So first of all, we will just go to our project directory, and this is our project directory multi-user. We will just say over here cmd, and over here we are going to create a login and registration over here. Okay, so for this we need to write some command over here. So we will say composer require Laravel /jetstream, and if we press enter, it will download some necessary file for this package. So I'll pause the video for now. Okay, it's done. Now we need to write another command, which is php artisan jetstream. Then we need to give a clone over here, and we'll say install livewire and press enter, and it will again download some necessary files. So I'll pause the video again. Okay, livewire is also installed. Now we need to just run those two commands, npm install and npm run dev. So we'll say over here npm install and press enter. npm is also installed. Now we need to run this command npm run dev. So we'll say over here npm run dev and press enter. So I will again pause the video until it's done. It will take some time, like 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, npm run dev is also done. Now we'll go to our code, and then we'll go to database, then we'll go to migration, and inside migration you can see user table over here. We are going to add a column over here. So for this I'll just copy this and paste this over here, and we'll say over here role, and over here we'll give a arrow sign, and we'll say its default value will be 0. Okay, so if the value is 0, it means it's a user, and if the value is on, it means it will be admin, and if the value is 2, then it will be seller. Okay, so let's save it, Control S. Now let me just show you my database name. If you go to .env, you can see database name is multi-user over here, and I already create this multi-user database. Let me just show you over here. You can see multi-user. There is nothing in this table. So now we'll go to our command prompt. Now we'll see over here php artisan migrate and press enter. So over here it will migrate all the table in the database. Now if we just refresh over here, you can see some table appear over here. Now let's click the user table, and over here you can see name, email, role over here. Okay, so now if we go over here and refresh over here, you will see a login and registration option over here. So here you can see. Now let's try to register over here. So over here, first of all, we will say, let's say user@gmail.com. let's keep the okay, sorry, it will be the Gmail. Control C, Control V. So we'll say over here just user. Okay, and let's keep the password on 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now click register. Okay, so over here you can see that we can now successfully log in. Now let's just log out, and we'll just create two more user. So we will register two more time. First one will be this one will be for seller, and the second one will be for admin. So we'll say over here seller. Okay, now we'll again log out, and we'll register again for admin. Okay, now let's just log out again. Now we'll just go to our database, and if we refresh over here, we will see okay, three data came over here. Now we are just going to edit the seller and the admin. So let's click edit, and we'll say over here role is equal to 2. Let's click go, and we'll edit over here for admin. Over here role will be on. Okay, so you can see now we have three type of user, seller and admin. Only user and seller will register, admin cannot be registered. Okay, so first of all, now we'll go to our code again. Now we'll go to app, then now we'll go to providers, and then we'll go to route service providers. So over here you can see home is equal to slash dashboard over here. So we'll just say over here slash, we'll say let's say redirects. You can say give any name you want, so we'll just give it over here redirects. So let's save it. Now we'll go to our routes, then web.php, then over here we'll say route our clone get, and inside it we'll say redirects. Now we'll give a comma, and now we need to we'll give two third bracket over here, and inside it we'll say home controller, then we'll say over here class, and we'll give a comma, then inside double quotation we'll say function name. Let's say function name will be index. Okay, so we also need to add a home controller over here. So we'll say over here use app backslash http backslash controllers backslash home controller. Okay, so let's save it. Now we don't have this home controller, so we'll go to our cmd and create this home controller. So over here we'll say php artisan make controller home controller. Okay, so now press enter. So you can see controller created successfully. Now we'll go to our app, then http, then controllers, then home controller.php. Over here we'll create this index function. Okay, so let's say over here public function index, and inside this index function now we'll say over here dollar role is equal to auth, then double clone, then we'll say user, which is our table name, then we'll give again two first bracket, then this arrow sign, then we'll say role. So what will happen is that auth user role, it means it will take the role value from the user table. It means it will come over here, you can see role, and get their value. Okay, so after this we'll give a condition over here. If inside first bracket we'll say dollar role, which is this one, is equal to, we'll say over here double equal, then two single quotation, and inside it let's say if equal 1, then we'll give two second bracket over here, and over here we'll say return view, and inside this we'll say admin. Okay, so if the role equal to 1, then it will take us to admin page, and let me just copy it, Control C, Control V, and if the role is equal to 2, then it will take us to seller page, and if it's neither of them, then it will take us to user dashboard, which is actually let me just write it over here, return view dashboard. dashboard. Okay, so let's save it, Control S. And we don't have actually admin page and seller page, but before that we need to add one more line just over here. Since we are using auth over here, so we need to add one more line over here. Let me just copy this on, Control C, Control V, and over here we'll just say support, support, support backslash packets backslash, we'll say auth, auth. Okay, so let me just save it, and let me just show you the dashboard for user, which is actually this one. If you go to resource view over here, you will see dashboard over here. Okay, so we'll now create page for admin and seller. Okay, so we'll just right click on the views and click new file, and over here we'll say let's say admin.blade.php. so let's save it, Control S, and let's click save. So this will be admin dashboard. So over here in the admin dashboard we actually need a logout option, right? So let me just go to dashboard.blade.php, and over here we'll just copy this, Control A, Control C, and we'll just paste it inside admin.blade.php. so Control V, and over here we'll say inside h1 tag we'll say admin dashboard. Okay, so let's save it. Now we'll create a dashboard for user. So let's click views again, let's click new file, and over here we'll say seller dot blade dot php. so save it, Control S, click save. Now we'll just copy the dashboard, and let me just copy it, Control A, Control C, and we'll paste it inside seller.blade.php. so Control V, and inside the h1 tag we'll say seller dashboard. Okay, so let's save it, Control S. Now let's refresh over here. Okay, now let's try to log in. So first of all we'll try to log into user dashboard. So let's just say over here user@gmail.com, then we'll give the password. Let's click login. So over here you can see user dashboard. Now let's log out and try to log into seller dashboard. So we'll say over here seller@gmail.com, we'll give password. Let's click login. So over here if you come down, you will see that seller dashboard written over here, it's not written perfectly. So let me just fix a little bit. We'll go to seller.blade.php, and over here we'll just remove this part, and now let's save it, Control S. Now let's refresh over here, part will be gone. So here you can see that we now have this dashboard and this login option, and down here you can see still the seller dashboard, but this isn't a proper look, right? So let's change something again. So let me just copy this seller dashboard, Control X, and we'll paste it over here. Okay, let's just put it inside a div, and over here let me just paste it. Okay, and if you save it, and let's refresh over here. So now you can see seller dashboard over here. So but there is one more problem, and that is that the background color is gray, right? So if you want to change the background color, then you just have to go to app.blade.php, and if you go down here at line 25, you can see a class over here, mean age screen bg gray 100. Okay, so if you just remove this class and save it and refresh over here, you will see that the color is right now white, right? So you can mention any color over here if you want. Okay, so and one more thing I want to show you, that if you go to navigation menu.blade.php, over here you will see a logo option and then navigation link, right? So over here you can see a logo and then navigation link over here. So we'll just keep the logo over here. If you want to change the logo, you can just change it over here, and over here instead of dashboard we'll say over here seller dashboard. Okay, so let's save it and let's refresh. So over here you can see seller dashboard and it's a, so we are going to just keep it dashboard as it was before. So let's go to navigation.menu.php and over here we'll just say dashboard. Okay, so let's save it and let's refresh. Okay, now inside the div let's just add a style. Let's over here bg color, background color will be, let's say, yellow. Okay, so let's save it and if we refresh you can see seller dashboard. Okay, so now let's make the admin dashboard. So let me just copy this, Control A, Control C, and we'll paste this inside admin.blade.php. So let's say Control A, Control V. So instead of seller, we'll say over here admin, and let's say the background color will be blue for admin. So let's save it, Control S, and let's refresh over here. And now let's log out, and now we'll try to log in for admin. So click login. Now over here we'll say admin and let's give the password. Now let's click login. So over here you can see this is admin dashboard. Now the thing is right now only only user can log registration, right? Can register, the admin or the seller cannot register. So I'll show you how the seller can be registered into our database. Okay, so for this let's again just log into our admin first. Let's say only admin can add seller in the database. Okay, so let's log in. So over here we'll just create an input field over here for seller registration. So let's go to admin.blade.php and over here let's mention another div. I won't make anything any design. I'll just make a simple registration form. Okay, so over here first of all we'll say over here inside a div we'll say first level. So let's say name. So it needs the input field. So input field will be obviously text, name is equal to name, and okay, let's say required. Let me just copy this, Control C, Control V, and Control V. So this one will be email. So type will be email, obviously email. So name equal to email, and over here this one will be for password. So input type will be password, name is equal to password. Okay, so let's save it, Control S. Now inside this form we'll say over here action, then we'll say method, and we'll say okay only this one and over here now we'll say at the rate of CSRF. Okay, so the method will be post since we want to add seller in our database, and action, let's say over here inside URL we'll say inside double quotation, let's say over here add seller. Okay, so let's save it. Now we'll create this route. So let's go to web.php and over here let me just copy this route, Control C, Control V, and instead of get this will be post, and over here we'll say add seller, and let's say in the home controller let's say it name will be add seller as well. The function name will be add seller as well. So let's save it. Now we'll go to home controller and create this add seller function. So let's say over here public function add seller, and now we'll say over here we'll say dollar data is equal to new user. Okay, this user is actually our database name. If we go to our database over here you can see our database name is user, right? So we are selling we are telling over here that we are going to create a new user. So for creating user, we also need to add the user model over here. So we need to say over here use app backslash models backslash user, which is our model name. If we go to our model app, then models over here, you can see user.php. So now we will be able to add a new user. So over here we will say, okay, this is post request, right? So we need to say request dollar request. So now we will say dollar data name is equal to dollar request it will be name, right? So let me just check it. Okay, it was name. So after name we'll add email and password. So control V. So over here we'll say email, and this one will be password. Okay. So over here you can see dollar data email. This email is actually from the database. Okay, so now we also need to, if we go to our database, you can see we also have a role, and for seller the role will be 2, right? So let's just add by default we'll add a role over here. So we'll say dollar data is data role is equal to, it will be 2 by default. Okay, so now we'll just say dollar data save. Now we'll say return redirect back. Okay, so now if we save data like this, then the password will be visible, right? So we'll make the password hash. So for it we'll say bc rypt bcrypt, and inside it we will keep the password. So if you save it, the password will be hash right now. So let's refresh. Now let's go to admin.blade.php. I forgot to add submit button over here. So over here I'll say input type, it will be submit, and we don't require them for submit button. So let's save it, and let's refresh over here. And over here we have a simple name, email and password field and a submit button. So let's say over here let's say yamin, let's say over here email will be yamin@gmail.com, and let's give a simple password on 2345678. Now click submit. Okay, the user is submitted. It means we actually added a seller. If you refresh over here, you can see over here yamin, email is yamin@gmail.com, and the role is 2. So we'll try to log in with this yamin@gmail.com, and if we log in, it should take us to seller page. Okay, so let's log out from this page, and over here we'll click login, and over here we'll say yamin@gmail.com, and we'll give the password, click login. So here you can see it took us to seller dashboard. There is one more problem, and that is if you just say over here in this URL, if you just say over here dashboard and press enter, it take us to this page. Okay, but this shouldn't be happening because this is user dashboard. So the solution is really simple. We'll just go to our code, and we'll go to the go to web.php, and over here you can see route middleware or modified then dashboard over here, and we are just going to make a little change over here. We are just here you can see redirects, right? So we are going to just copy from this comma to this first bracket. So we'll just copy it, and over here we'll just from this comma to this first bracket we'll just remove it, and we'll paste this part, redirects part. So control V. So over here you can see that I just write over here route get URL dashboard home controller index function. Okay, so let's save it, Control S. Now let's refresh over here. So now if we just write over here dashboard and press enter, it don't take us to any other page. You can try it for admin as well, the result will be same. So we are able to successfully create three type of user, and also we are able to successfully create a registration for them. So thank you very much for watching. So if this video is helpful to you, then please give a like, and if you want to really appreciate me, then please subscribe my channel. And thanks for watching, and I hope you have a really great day.